But he reminded me last night of Russell Wilson when he's at his best, that he was in total control. He knew when to go down. He could scramble out of trouble, but he would go down rather than trying to force it another 5 or 6 yards. And I think what's really important to him and that team is they're able to get such a strong running game. And Mike McCarthy was smart enough to keep Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator, because when they are rushing for more than 150 yards, they're 10-0 with Moore as the offensive coordinator. So when you got that combination of Dak playing so well and with their running game, yes, in looking at the schedule, and you know I do that, Tony, they've got 10 or 11 winnable games that are right there in front of them if they want to. They're going to run away with that division, and they're finally going to be a factor in the playoffs again because of Dak.
What is Dallas's ceiling if Dak plays like that?
Well, I'm, of course, going to agree that we had questions about Dak after the injury, not just the injury last year, but then the injury in training camp. But the questions about this team were always about the defense. We've seen this team with Dak healthy, playing great, and they were an 8-8 team because their defense wasn't good enough. And last year, the defense was a disaster. So what I'm looking at for their ceiling is the defense that's forced 8 turnovers through 3 games. That leads the NFL. I'm looking at Diggs, who looks like he's taken this massive step and all of a sudden is one of the most dangerous secondary players in the league. I'm looking at, that defense keeping up with the offense that's playing kind of what we expected, assuming that Dak could be healthy. So the ceiling is super high. And to Woody's point, there is a schedule out there for public consumption by all of us, and we can all look at it and say, based on the first couple games, they're going to win a lot of games this year if the defense keeps this up.
It's possible Woody copyrighted the line, though, about 17 and a half years ago. Kevin Blackistone, you've covered the Dallas Cowboys in their heyday, which is, 30 years ago. But what is the ceiling for this team if you see Dak play like that?
Well, it's a lot better than he showed last night and the team showed last night. Let's not forget, Amari Cooper, not there last night, and the offense still sparkled. Lawrence, not on defense last night, and that defense still confused Hurt. And Trayvon Diggs, what a play for him, taking that ball back, the pick 6 that he had. Also, the defense taking away another pass at the goal line that Hurts probably wants back, an underthrown pass. So a great all-around performance by that team.
But let me ask you this, Kevin. How much, and sorry to interrupt, I might even say pardon the interruption, how much of that is Philadelphia? You're playing the Eagles here.
Right.
And how much of that is the Cowboys have taken a step up?
Well, I think with the offense, it's definitely the Cowboys taking a step up. I mean, Dak Prescott, who we didn't see for almost the entire year last year, didn't even see him in preseason, only practiced with 11 guys 2 weeks before the season started, has been spectacular. He is your comeback player of the year right now in the NFL. And as far as the defense is concerned, I mean, they just played well last night. They look like a defense that can take this team into the playoffs.
Monica, last night, how much was the Cowboys taking a step and how much was, well, they played Philadelphia and Jalen Hurts, for all intents and purposes, it's still a rookie. This is his 7th career start last night.
I don't know why we have to separate the two. I think Dak returning is tremendous. He's got a 75% completion rating through his first 3 games, which is the second best in the Super Bowl era. And in back-to-back games, he's notched 80%, which puts him in the category with Troy Aikman, who was the last quarterback to do that for the Cowboys. On the flip side, do the Philadelphia Eagles stink? Yeah, they had more penalties than they had first downs. But at the same time, the Dallas Cowboys came out and handled their business. They made no excuses. They played up for the Buccaneers, up for the Chargers, and they rolled over a bad team.
Okay, their ceiling, if you can answer that in 2 sentences or fewer, do you believe this is a team that can make a deep run in the playoffs, Monica?
I really don't want to talk about this because the Washington football team defense was supposed to force them to do that.
Oh, no. This is not about your hometown team.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.